gold. And there's so much gold inside the map, like it's a never-ending gold.
Well, we're so busy speaking about Hillendale, it's time to turn our attention to the opening map. I'm sure Hillendale will come in the picture because I don't think this one is going to be the cleanest. It's going to be a little bit bloody, a little bit messy. We open up with Lipany. MarineLorD will go back to his roots that served him well in the series versus Casva, but DeMusliM is mixing it up. And what's in his pot? Something Chinese.
I definitely see MarineLorD going 3TC on boars. If you see, everything is in one direction. Two town centers, one next to the berries and the boar and the wood line, and the other one towards the wood line on the top secures the deer as well.
Wow, actually, when you look at this one, you just keep glancing it longer, you see more and more layers to this. It's not just the fact that there's easily containable resources, it's the fact that DeMusliM only has one angle of approach to pressure because of how easily wallable everything north is for MarineLorD.
Yeah, the cliffs are too close to the town centers. That's what I noticed. Like sometimes there's cliffs directly next to you that block your base in this new Lipany.
It's kind of a tough one. I think Midland's tried to do what he can with the idea of Lipany. I'd say maybe this is an improvement, at least because there's more consistency than what we had, right? It beats total RNG, but I agree. It's kind of tough that the devs haven't been able to revamp this themselves, just because I think there's a lot of debate over what Lipany is meant to be.
You can just make Lipany more hidden forest, more berries, Arabia.
Yeah, but that's...
You don't have to add the cliffs.
There you go, though, Miss. Like, some people, like, nerd that, and they didn't like it. Others did. The whole idea that it was basically stealth forest dry Arabia.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's something in between Arabia and Highview. Just don't have the cliffs, because the cliffs are actually ruining the game. Because some cliffs favor someone, and some cliffs don't favor someone else.
Yeah. I get where you come from. It's the whole idea of why a map like Altai can work is because the cliffs are incredibly similar.
I'll give you one example. Let's assume that DeMusliM is an Abbasid player. Do you see the cliff next to his base? Like the opponent could have made, for example, their keep and trap down the landmarks.
Yeah.
Like there's nothing you can do about that.
I mean, even earlier than that, like he can sneak over, drop an outpost without you seeing, and the forward resources are going to be denied. Like, I get where you come from. Like, it's always a tricky one, the way you have to interact with these type of mountainous terrains, and it's frustrating because the current map tools maybe don't allow the level of customization or accuracy of that customization that would allow you to balance them fairly.
In general, the maps are small, so it's really hard to balance them. When you have small maps, there's less room for things.
Yeah. And I guess the thing that the devs are going to have to try and figure out as they move forward, because I got to say, like, the default Lipany, it's genuinely like what happens when the map gen... Like, this is your map gen on crack cocaine. It's a mess. It doesn't know what it's doing half the time. So...
It's because too many cliffs, and they can spawn in lines and block everything.
Yeah, I've even seen the spawns where it's a small cliff, like a giant clump of cliffs that spawns in a corner and has no relevance.
Do you remember the map Mountain Pass? Sometimes it can be a mountain pass. Yeah, basically that's Lipany. It's mountain pass with two passes, basically, most of the times.
So what you're saying is we need air units.
Yes. We need flying balloons.
Hell yeah, air balloons.
Planes.
Why stop there? Let's just go Pegasus Knights.
Actually, yeah.
Hell yeah.
Let's bring the Greeks.
Hell yeah. See, a little Age of Mythology in there. We're never getting Age of Mythology 2, so we might as well embed it in this game. And let's be real here, folks. All right, I'm just going to put it out there. For anyone who thinks that this game doesn't have magic or whatever in it, have you ever questioned where these archers get all their arrows from? They never run out. What about mangonels?
Yeah, and the gunpowder and everything.
Exactly.
Do you see any cannonballs next to the cannons? Or anyone moving the cannons? That's magic.
Exactly. Yeah, why these sheep randomly follow the scout? I don't see a rope. Magic.
Or do you see people like they are magically transporting the wood from the warehouse to their hands when they're building?
Exactly. So either they're magical or they're sci-fi, right? They've got, you know, like one of those messenger services where you put it in the air-powered tube and it goes along. I've forgotten the name of it. Like the pills. You stick them in and then it sucks it through and sends it to wherever it's got to go.
I know what you mean, but I don't know the name.
Yeah, I never remember the name. Chat's going to help us cover that one. But there you go, folks. There's so many layers to this. You know, you just don't realize it. They say the Age of Empires is realistic. It's not.
Back into the game, I think those 3 scouts have done a lot of damage.
They really
they,
have.
they were really, really annoying.
Now the Barbican coming out from DeMusliM. Now, usually we don't see this. Typically, Chinese players are always going for the Imperial Academy, but is this the threat of what a Rus player can do on this map that's forcing this?
I think he just wants to secure. He just wants to make sure that he builds a town center in a place where he's gonna be valuable.
Oh, wait, I'm an idiot. He already has Imperial Academy. It's been a long day.
Yeah, that's what I said. He lost
Yeah.
a villager as well. Those scouts can be really, really annoying. I really think that scouts shouldn't be able to kill villagers. I just think so because some civs have extra scouts for whatever reason. They shouldn't be able to kill villagers.
So you just think scouts should be unarmed?
No, scouts should do 1 damage. That's it, basically. 1 damage. You want to kill a villager? Bring 10 scouts. I dare you.
And then someone's going to cry they cost too much. They're going to get buffed to be 50 food instead. And then all of a sudden, people are going to rush you and torch your buildings down. Calling it now.
I don't mind 60-foot scouts that do 1 damage.
Yeah. I mean, I think that might actually offer up some like early scout torch play as well. That could be kind of cool. We don't see that much these days, but I can kind of see where you come from. I think there's another faceted layer to this, which is that when you're playing against early heavy cavalry type civs, like the Rus, like the French, the scouts don't actually have to kill villagers. They just have to chip them enough that when a knight comes in, they get the charge and then an insta-strike with a sword.
Yeah, but right now you see villagers dying to scouts. And buildings dying to scouts.
It's just aggressive scouting, mister. I don't know.
Yeah, it's really aggressive scouting.
You know, it's like outposts. They're called defensive buildings. And you drop them on the enemy's wood line. You're aggressively defending.
I don't understand why MarineLorD didn't decide to go for the boar. Like he went for the boar with the friends in the last game. Like here it's even better.
I understand it from like maybe the Chinese player's going to do it as well. But now that you know he's got a Barbican, yeah, there's really nothing to stop you taking that boar for free. Maybe he's going third TC. Yeah, so he's got the stone. So I think he's going to drop the third TC on the boar. Or not?
Yeah, but he's gonna throw it on the bottom right boar. There's no reason for him to go for the middle boar now. Like this is just better location, right?
Yeah, like if he doesn't want to go aggressive, this ball makes more sense. So it just feels like he's not going for a pre-15-minute timing, maybe aiming for like the 20-25-minute mark. Good luck getting vision this game, DeMusliM. I don't think MarineLorD has walled off the north side yet, but expect by 13-14 minutes in, some palisades up there that are just going to block you out.
And if he's gonna wall, he should wall the stone from the second stone mine, like those 3 lines. A lot of the times, a lot of people wall too close to their base.
Yeah.
And they just lose map that way.
You know what the rough one to watch is when someone can take more of the map for the same amount of wood, but I call it like bad negotiations, right? Where they very close wall themselves. Like the English do this a lot in Dry Arabia. And then they'll move out and they'll wall another little piece and then another little piece. That looks like a delicious boar, especially when I look at the bounty.
Yeah, if he gets the next boar.
Yeah.
Did he kill the other boar? No.
No, the other one's not been killed.
It would be really cool if he goes with a hunting cabin there, make an outpost, grab that as well.
I mean, you're up against Chinese. There's no such thing as too greedy. Because nothing that DeMusliM can do to stop this. That's actually another thing that kind of got slept on is the value of scouts up against boars. When they made that change where they half the damage but increased the attack speed, they indirectly buffed how quickly you can kill boars off of scouts.
Yeah, because they do double the damage now.
Yeah. And who builds the most scouts? Oh, surprise, surprise. It's the civ that most often plays onto the boar. So Tier 3 unlocked, and DeMusliM, Now, this is kind of a weird one. I want to know what your feeling is. Chuge Nu, we see it in a lot of compositions when the Chinese player has to build feudal or imperial focus. How do you feel about it here up against the Rus?
I think it's a really good unit with spears because it kills horsemen. Two gnus kill horsemen. They do not do bad against knights. They destroy archers and they destroy spearmen. Like if you're gonna play feudal, you might as well make two gnus.
Yeah. And the cool thing about Nu is in this composition, because you mentioned the spears plus the Chuginu, let's say MarineLorD responds with archers, well, Nu win. Let's say he just tries to mass knights and gets the extra armor. It doesn't matter. You can only reduce that damage to 1. And I think that's what I love about Nu so much. Compared to archers, they have a lot more flexibility and usage against heavily armored units.
Yeah, but MarineLorD is going for men at arms, and that is such a good approach from him.
Really good read. And I think
One unit to counter them all.
Yeah, so that's what I was about to say. The worry for me is, as much as I was just like hyping up Chuganu, where I do think they are worthless giant piles of trash that should just be thrown together and burnt, is Castle Age. I like them in Imperial.
In Imperial, they destroy everything. It's because they're upgrades.
Yeah.
So for every upgrade, Zuknu gets +3 damage, basically, right?
Yes,
So
and then every ranged damage upgrade in blacksmiths, once again, free damage.
yes. So what happens is you can only increase your arrow armor by +1 from the blacksmith for most units, but you can get way more upgrades for Zuknu from other upgrades, like insanitary arrows, like from their champion upgrades. So Zuknu will eventually get like +16 damage. If you hit a sweet timing where you're Imperial and your opponent hasn't got his upgrades yet, your Zuknus become machine guns that
Yes.
destroy everything.
And the other thing that makes them machine guns, why I love them Imperial, is the new Spirit Way. I genuinely think Chuge Nu are a decent frontline tank when you just blob them because of the attack speed and healing.
They even kill buildings. We saw that once.
It's absurd. Like, there's nothing funnier than watching someone do like a ram rush play. Let's say MarineLorD was the one trying this, and 20 Chuge Nu just come in and break all your rams as well. But it's the other way around this time. DeMusliM, he realizes he has to go. When you're 20 Chuge Nu in like this, you have no choice. You have to end the game now.
He has a V lead. He has a really big army lead. And I think all he needs to do is damage. Like, if he manages to take down the DC and kill those villagers and bring himself into a +15 villager lead, it's gonna be huge.
Yeah,
And then he doesn't really need to commit, because now this is a free town center that he's gonna kill. If he repositions his Chuknu to the north, so that villagers cannot escape, he can take the DC down, kill the villagers, and then just cancel the queue and go into castle, because your opponent is castle and you cannot kill the men at arms.
And MarineLorD he's struggling to get the numbers out. Yeah, Horse Archer is a surprising choice up against Shigenu, considering it's a unit with no armor.
It's probably, I think, one of the worst units you could do.
Yeah, I think it is the worst unit. Oh, yeah, this isn't pretty. We have to also remember Horse Archers a while back had the range nerf, so they don't even outrange Shigenu anymore.
DeMusliM needs to get the +1 attack. He's actually getting it right now. He just clicks for the Spearman, and he's gonna kill this town center as well.
He might even get the full production line. Yes, the man at arms count is going up for MarineLorD, but we already mentioned like these units kind of shred. Like, sure, they're going to lose a lot of the damage, but you can only reduce each archer's damage to 1.
And Chuknu still do 3 damage. Like a normal archer would do 1 damage, but they do 3, so it's not like they're terrible.
Especially when you consider most people stuck in feudal here, they're going to cap their archer damage out at 6 versus an unarmored unit. So you're still doing half that damage against a unit that's meant to be safe against range damage.
I don't understand the horseman. It just makes archers. But yeah, the men-at-arms numbers are really have increased, and DeMusliM has done the correct choice.
Yeah.
Took the correct choice. He's going castle aids, and now he can start making either his crossbows, upgrade his Chugnus, and nest of bees. There's so many things that China can do.
That's what I'm about to say. They have loads of flexibility against the men-at-arms play. Nest of bees I especially love here. Just mass spears, nest of bees. Man-at-arms aren't quick enough to punish you for that. And also, it's still a decent solution against like mass horse archers just because of the saturation that bees do. This is why I always feel underwhelmed by men-at-arms spams in Castle.
Yeah. Like Men at Arms is a unit that chases down units. That's pretty much it. If the other guy says no, I'm not fighting today, you will never fight. You will just be behind him, running right and left, right and left.
It feels like one of the worst matchups to do it in as well, because the Chinese, well, they have men-at-arms as well, but they're called Palace Guardian. They're actually useful. I like to call them two-legged cavalry because of how quickly they move.
If you take the dynasty, the second dynasty, I don't remember, Yuan, not Yuan, yeah. They run so fast, man.
They're absurd.
They're,
like
they're knights. They're knights. They have the same speed as knights.
I think it's I think it's 1.58, which is 0.04 slower.
Yeah, something 0.60 something. It's the knight. So it's really fast.
It's absurd. And the thing you have to remember is that whenever they get in range to attack something, they charge. So they go up closer to horseman speed. It's actually disgusting to watch. Wow, look at that man at arms. He's so threatening. Oy, oy, oy. I hope MarineLorD has something else planned behind this, because right now all I'm seeing is more of the chunky slow boys.
MarineLorD is 30 villagers behind right now. He does have 4 relics, but what we should see is the income. Like, if you check the income, DeMusliM is almost double in everything. Not double, but like easily 30 to 40% more income in every single resource.
And the cool thing about DeMusliM is, yes, he's playing a condensed eco, and you can say he's going to go for everything so quickly, but hold on, folks, remember, it's the Chinese. Imperial officials, all these finite resources are 20% more efficient. They last that much longer. You get that much more out of them.
We have the keep coming.
Oh, baby.
That's a lot of villagers, though.
Well, he wants to make sure it goes off in the blink of the eye, clearly.
Yeah, I think he's going to drop it there. Yeah, I think so. I think he's going to drop it next to the landmark. And that can be so brutal.
Especially when you consider MarineLorD is still recovering. After losing the 2 TCs, he built 2 more. But there's a slow little room in his base.
But there is monks, and those monks can pick up relics, and they can delay the TC. But those men-at-arms are doing so much work inside the Muslim base.
He's ignoring it, though, because of his production rates. He wants to try and return the favor. The Siege Workshop.
He's gonna...
Ooh, I don't know about that position.
He's going to pick up relics, and he's going to try to Wololo. That's MarineLorD would do that. I don't see a way that he won't do it. He will do it.
You say that, he's not doing it. He's not. He's 100% not. They're standing there healing each other.
He should do it. He should have done it.
Mr. Remote access right now. Take over MarineLorD. Fix this. Too late.
He should have done it. Like, what he should have done is, he had 3 monks. Just pick up 1 relic, Wololo, and then have your 2 monks heal the monk that's being targeted. And keep redoing that. It would save you up so much time.
But here's the thing, mister. There's what you should do, and there's what you done. So, basically, to kind of break that down for people, instead of winning the game, MarineLorD may have just lost the game.
That keep is in such an uncomfortable position. You don't want to have a keep there. Don't you agree?
I find usually having an enemy keep in your base is... It definitely gets in the way. You know, it messes with my feng shui.
Yeah, I definitely wouldn't like to have a keep in front of my base. I find it very discomforting.
The only way I feel good about it is if it's doubt trying to build it, you know? But I have no doubt that this one's going to go up, because get more build than China.
It's going to be a go up. And I think this one might be the final nail in the coffin.
I don't know. I think there's room for another keep back there.
Yeah, there is.
DeMusliM does have enough stone again. Oh, he agrees. Hold on a sec. Are you gathering gold back? Oh, I think that's enough room for a keep again between the house and the stables. Wouldn't that be a perfect place?
On the left,
okay, he's going to go left. Don't mind us. Just here to do... We got a building permit. Building permit.
If it goes up, it's...
Oh, wow. He actually cancels it.
Yeah. There is one on the left side behind the wood lines. Maybe he tries to do that.
That's what I was wondering, because that wood line is the only reason MarineLorD's still alive. There we go. Mister, are you coaching DeMusliM? Is that what's going on here?
No, but that's the logical thing to think when you're playing this game. You want to make sure that your opponent just keeps running with his wheels and you're just gaining map in
Welcome,
his base.
welcome to China. You can have practically no military, but still win the game.
Yeah, this is something that they should fix, obviously. You shouldn't be allowed to make a keep in a blink of an eye. Let's hope the developers are listening. A
I'm
keep should be a big investment. And it's not a big investment. It's 800 resources, that's a cost of 3.5 nights. So you
you.
shouldn't be able to build it so fast.
Never keep coming.
Yeah, it's gonna be one more.
You say they shouldn't be allowed to do this. I can already hear
Yeah.
Drongo crying from across the world. He's like, please don't kill my China. No one wants them right now. Oh, DeMusliM does. This is winning the game. And the worst part is you just can't kill the villagers quick enough. They've got textiles.
Yeah, you shouldn't be able to do this. I imagine how MarineLorD is feeling.
That's what I'm trying to process right. Like what? MarineLorD, he's a smart guy. He must have an idea. I don't know what that
Oh
idea
my
is
God.
right now. Oh, and the idea is to block him. Keep doesn't go up. But don't worry,
he
the Muslim
cancel
has
it?
all the money.
Oh, he got all of them? Are you sure?
Yeah.
There's no way he got all of them.
Well, he
I
got all
don't
the
know.
resources back. Yeah.
Actually, I don't know how it works. He has been gathering stone all this time, right?
He only was
I
gathering
don't know.
about 100 stone a minute. So like that was basically the full refund. So it's based on when you
Uh,
cancel it, how much damage it took in comparison to where
Oh,
it was.
okay.
Yeah.
I've lost. I didn't know how it worked. Now I do, I guess.
This brings a whole new layer to that game you had in the ladder versus MarineLorD, doesn't it? Oh, that's inside references. But right now, MarineLorD has to stay inside while all the other kids play. I'm struggling to see the point of recovery. He has got the trebs, but right now, Rams are deleting his base quicker than he's deleting his keeps.
Remember what we talked about the food income? That's like what determines how good you're doing in a game. Now, MarineLorD has 600 food per minute, and it was 600 food per minute. It should be a lot smaller now.
Hold on.
The Muslim is at 2,000.
And MarineLorD is not going to get more food because the Muslim found him going out for the boar again. Oh, this poor Roost player is desperate right now. Mr. Bees doesn't even care. Wow, crossbows. Good 1 damage each. You should try Chuge Nu. Wait, has he... Oh, God. Wait, the best part is the Muslim just phased himself out. It's like, oh, no, he's going to notice. He's actually going to kill all 8 villagers. Textiles villagers. Finally, thank God.
They brought out the knives.
No, those are butcher knives right there.
If the Muslim brought up 4 monks, scholars, and took
True.
those relics, that would be so good.
No, you don't just take them away, though, mister. You know what I'm talking about. You try to use them.
No, you have to take them away because you want to win, right?
You could win style.
Oh, that's a good
Oh,
call.
God, or you could lose in disaster here. MarineLorD, that is not stylish. What is that wall? The defensive keep as well. No, no, no. The palace guard. Let the clapping commence. He will get the keep up, but a lot of idle time. Several villagers going to go down, and you're not getting much wood out of this keep placement, to be honest.
Like, how many villagers died? 9 men at arms weren't able to kill almost a single villager.
Yeah, the textiles actually was MVP there. I think the concern is just you had to drop a keep there. Like, that doesn't... That's not why I call Road to Recovery right now. Although, then again, the Road to Recovery is long and hard for MarineLorD either way in this one. That being said, the crossbows really are feeling unanswered by DeMusliM. I like that he's switching back into Chuge Nu.
So he's definitely playing the game that he wants to play. So it might sound weird, but all this was a distraction.
Because he's Chinese and he's greedy.
Yes, he threw him off, like making these keeps inside of his base, basically threw MarineLorD off. And while all this was happening, the Muslim was booming behind, and he was setting up to be into a favorable position while we're going into the late game. And he mined all the stone from MarineLorD. I don't know if you noticed, there's not a single stone mine. He gathered everything.
The best part is we keep seeing this more and more, especially on Lipany right now. The aggressive keep drops next to the stone, and then you just take it away, then you get another keep. The Chinese are actually the best civ at doing it as well. It's so effective.
Yeah, there's no more stone mines. Only the back one that DeMusliM didn't get his hands on.
He was working towards it. You saw that keep attempt next to the primary TC.
He tried.
It's like, if I can
And
just get
the
through.
Muslim is going into the Imperial, and you know what that means, right?
Chickadee!
Fire Lancers!
Chickadee! Okay, Fire Lancers, fair enough. I think it means chickadee. I mean, I think it means Fire Lancers. Yep.
Do you see how far ahead I see?
Ah, the Oracle. Mister, he's climbed the mountain. He's been advised by the gods. He just knows everything. I am but a lowly peasant. And a lot of peasants are going to die in the base of MarineLorD now.
Buildings are going to die.
Everything is going to die.
It's going to be hell.
Oh god, yep, there it is.
And the Yuan upgrade. The Yuan.
Now, I would like to see him still pushing Palace Guard though. Just because that flats out MarineLorD's eco, right? Like, so Fire Lancers are annoying, but they'll die. Palace Guard just don't die in that situation.
You notice the trap, right? Like, what MarineLorD has been doing, what units is he making?
Crossbows.
What kills crossbows easily? Fire Lancers.
Yep.
So it's a natural transition.
I also just love the Imperial Palace. This is going to give so much vision. Like, this is the other thing. I wish I'd see people use it a bit more aggressively in terms of position, because Imperial Palace is ridiculous. It almost reveals, I won't say it's a fifth of the map.
It's good. It's good, but it has such a slow recovery. It's a cooldown. The cooldown is really slow. So it's.
Oh no! I mean the vision for the building.
Oh.
Yeah, like Lytical can show you. Like, it's ridiculous.
So, I didn't know that it works like an outpost or something.
An outpost that has been huffing roids for years would be more accurate.
Okay, I've never noticed that.
By the way, this village, DeMusliM has tried for a keep drop again. No room for a keep back here, small boy.
Stonewall. He needs a stonewall.
No Stonewalls. All right, now that we're away from that distraction, check out the range on that Imperial Palace, what it sees. I don't think he's got outposts too far ahead of it. Like, from the Imperial Palace's location, it'll see, yeah, all the way to Sacred Site.
Oh, actually, you're right.
It's ridiculous.
That's the whole okay, I didn't realize that.
There we go, Mister. I'll take 5% of your earnings for this info.
It's bigger than the Rus outpost with the upgrade.
It's a lot bigger. Like, the thing is, the vision saturation from the Rus upgrade is decent, but when you look at it in one direction, it's pathetic. But the Imperial Palace is a quarter of the map.
So what you're telling me is like my mind is tripping right now. You go Barbican in the middle.
Yes.
And your castle age, it's that landmark next to the Barbican in the middle of the map. Therefore, you have vision to all the possible places that he can go and all the possible places his army can move. Okay, that's actually pretty good. That actually could be a viable strategy.
Especially if you have some maps that are a bit more choke point oriented, because you'll see every angle of approach. So this whole idea, I need to put walls up, is like, I can see your knights coming a mile off.
You lose the value if you do that. You want it in an open map, because in an open map you can move everywhere.
Yes.
Never worry about anything.
But I mean, like, for example, let's take something like the pit. You'd be able to see there's enough edge covered by resources that it pushes them into the point where the vision is everywhere, right? So you would, like, whereas if it's like Dry Arabia, if they see you've got the Imperial Palace right in the center, they can go super wide with cavalry.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
Yeah. But like even them just having to go super wide is annoying as all hell. And if you are more aggressive with your Barbican, like let's say you're 2/3 of the way to your opponent's base, you just dropping the Imperial Palace there, like you're going to see their entire base.
Gnus and Fire Lancers.
Welcome to the late dynasty. Like, this Spirit Way, man. I just love it. It's so impactful. It's so powerful. Just 20 extra health being healed on all these units. How do you kill them?
Does it work like the Tower of Victory? It's all the units that are created underneath it, or
no?
It's like a global effect.
So Spirit Way, the way it works is whenever a unit dies, any dynasty unit nearby, as you saw there, they get this aura that gives them the 20% attack speed buffer. But I don't even think that's the big deal. The big deal to me is the fact that you heal 20 health over 10 seconds.
Yeah, it's a lot of heal.
That's what I meant by like Chuge Nu. I actually think Chuge Nu and the new Chinese tank. They're cheap, and every time one flops down, they all get healed.
Oh man, I think I've played less than 10 competitive games with China in my life. Maybe that's why. I don't know anything about them.
That's fine, man. I mean, you play the other two as well. Now, this is like eye-opening. You watch, you just come into Heidelberg and you come in like a wrecking ball.
Yeah, no one will expect my China.
Your Barbican Imperial Palace drop in the center.
Yes. And before I win the game, I will write KP with war.
Yeah, I appreciate you, man. The XOX.
I'll pay my respects.
Mwah. We're a team, buddy. We're a team. I just feel like a nerd now. Well, MarineLorD.
This is looking better and better for DeMusliM. I see no way. Actually, yeah, I see no way for. Yeah, actually, I
Finish
see no
that
way.
four.
No, I
Finish that
definitely
four.
see no way. I didn't want to sound pessimistic, but you know, I was trying to be like a good caster, but I just yeah.
Okay, so this is Carson TheMista, right? It's fine to like say that it's over. You have to just explain it, and then you have to give a counter argument a way back in. In fairness, in that situation, it is simply there is no way back into this game unless DeMusliM disconnects. As a result, Benny Boy goes 1-up, starts the series off with a win. You didn't say which way around this is, so this could still be part of your plan. You mentioned that you thought MarineLorD would take it in a best of 5, but we'd end up with 2-1.
No, I said 2-1. DeMusliM will be winning, and then MarineLorD will make it 3-2.